Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to the Silent Age. Let's hop back into the past or future. I don't even know which one we are. We're in the future. So we're doing chapter 4, the entry. In pursuit of the time traveler, Joe has finally managed to get to the hospital. Gaining entry without getting caught, however, is another matter entirely. Joe must use every ounce of his wit this time. Uh-oh. Well, I don't think he has that much wit. And just to keep on adjusting your hair, Joe. We'll restart so we can see it from the beginning. So we went out a second story window and ended up on the ground. Yeah, this doesn't make sense. It feels like the levels were made independent of each other. We're in the past, we're in the 1960s, and we've got air conditioners going, and we came out a second story window, and we're on solid ground. That doesn't make any sense at all. Just trash. No, wait, there's a broom head down there. We'll take the broom head. For a second there, I got excited by the thought of renewing my old broom without fulfilling out acquisition forms. I really need to find a different line of work. Yeah? Anything else in the trash? Nothing but trash. There's really nothing of use down there. You sure? I'm getting hungry, but not that hungry. At least not yet. Nothing but trash. Alright. So, we went from a police station with a hotel right next to it. Now we've gone out the second story of the hotel and we're in an alleyway to what looks like a butcher shop. That makes no sense. It's a butcher shop. I know probably prices in the town are through the roof, but who in their right mind would open a butcher shop right next to the hospital? Oh yeah, the hospital is right next to it too. These things should not be next to each other. It's not that hard to make an animation of him just walking through a door. I mean, that's all you have to do. Uh, just sometime later in black screen, white text, and then walk through a door and enter this way, or walk through a gate and enter where you want him to be. Instead of having a very odd and contrived connection of a city. Let's see, what else does the butcher shop window say? Same thing as before. Seems strange that there'd be a butcher shop here anyways. I mean, are we gonna do something with it? We've got a button.
Nice.
It opened the door. Things are finally looking up for me. Danger biohazard. And then we have biohazard stuff and we have a fan. The air from the fan has a slight hint of fresh meat and cleaning supplies. And you just keep on spinning, don't you, fan? Alright. So I imagine it would be a wise move just to use the time travel device. I think we just are going to have it available to us the whole time. So we'll come over here, and the passage to the hospital front is locked. The electrical lock on the fence has stopped working years ago. We have a broken plate,
Huh.
and then we have some dust to what looks like a manhole cover. There's a manhole cover here, and I assume that there was the biohazard thing was on top of it, although it didn't really look like that. Can we lift it? There's no way of getting my hands around the cover. There are holes in it, but not big enough for fingers. There's also bones right here, and bones right here. People seem to have just dropped wherever they were. Meat hook. Somewhat scary looking meat hook. This fan is broken. This fan is broken. Now there was a tree blocking this window before, and there's no tree here in the future. That doesn't make sense. I suppose I could make a far-reaching assumption that this window is not actually the window I crawled out of in the previous act. I simply took the carpet with me and climbed through a second broken window. I guess you could believe that. Let's use the meat hook with this. Can't carry the manhole cover, obviously. So we'll walk here. We'll pick up the bar. We're assuming a lot here. It's a loose rung from the ladder. I'm taking it with me. If anything survived in this world, it'd be hungry by now and needs something to defend myself. Here's a switch. Probably hasn't been used since it worked. Now you're in a sewer, so who knows if I went in the past if this area was flooded or what. Even if I somehow made it through the bars, there's like 2 tons of girders and other rubble in the way. So we got a couple different places here to check out. Let's switch back to the past and then go through the passage to the hospital front. It's like bottle of turpentine. Somebody's painting. This bottle of turpentine, corrosive and flammable. It should come in handy. Probably shouldn't run off with the whole bottle though. The painter will notice it's gone and alert the officer. Fan. Fan. I think clicking on all of the fans is probably the same as clicking on all the plants. Maybe there's an achievement in it. Maybe not. There's certainly several achievements in here, but I imagine most of them you're going to get simply by just playing the game, if not all of them, which is fine. It's paint, there's not really much about it. What if we use this with the turpentine? Frankly, I don't see the point. What if we use this with the can of paint? Maybe I should try something else. We have a drain, we have a painter, we have a policeman, and they're painting this hospital. From his clothes, I'm guessing he's a painter. Good guess. He's shrugging a lot and shaking his head. I really can't make out what he's saying. From his clothes, I'm guessing he's a painter. Policeman. As a police officer, I can make out a few words every time he raises his voice. He's clearly looking for someone. Citywide search, that sounds bad. This is bad, really bad. I better avoid the main entrance altogether. Let's look at the drain. I can feel a draft from the sewer tunnel below. I can see the sewer tunnel there. Look at the sign. This is the place, alright. Now I just need to get in there, and hopefully find the time travel guy. So close. I really hope he's in there. So it's still rather a decent chance that it's not gonna be in here. Let's look at this locked container. It's locked. Oh yeah? Will the bar open that lock? There's a police officer right at the entrance. I really don't need to be making that kind of noise. So let's switch back to the past then and see what we've got here. Locked container. It's locked, but the padlock is so rusty it rattles. Now can we open it? Good. It's a bone saw. Apart from the goop, it doesn't even look like it's been used. The car is here. Here's a corpse of somebody, and here's some bees or hornets. First life we've seen. There's a lighter wedged between his lips. He won't be needing it anymore. I've seen 3 dead people today. I should be able to stomach this by now, but the only thing keeping me from throwing up is how surreal this all feels. Like, nothing has changed in the time at all. Interesting. This is the place. Alright, I just need to get there. Hopefully find the time travel guy. Can I go to the entrance? No, I'm not getting closer. I'm crazy allergic to bees. I fell off the roof of an apartment building cleaning windows in 65. I knocked over a bee's nest and held on to the drain pipe for 35 minutes before the fire department showed up. They removed 137 stingers at the hospital. Said I was lucky to be alive. Didn't feel so lucky to me. I've been allergic ever since. Well, these are hornets. I need to get rid of those things. I wish there was something I could set fire to. Bees are afraid of fire, right? But there are hornets. Not going anywhere near those suicidal flying bags of poison. I still remember getting stung on the ear on prom night, having to listen to all of the jokes with my half pound. Whatever. I'm not going over there. I wound up in the hospital last time. They may be hornets and not bees, but I'm sure my body can tell the difference, and they probably need to get rid of them. There must be some way to smoke them out or something. The drain. You can feel a draft from the sewer below. The paint. Like, not even a single stroke of paint. The paint is completely dried up. Like, not even a single piece of paint has been added to this. It's completely overgrown with trees and bushes, so we know we can't do that. Can we bone saw the grate on the drain? I probably could, but who knows what's down there. If I jump in, I could be carried out by a sea of sewage undercourt or eaten by a toilet alligator. I saw a PBS special on those. And I can't just light the hornet's nest on fire. Damn thing is only giving me a spark. So back we go. Take this. The bottle of turpentine. We need something to put the turpentine in though. I think. Hmm. Let's go back to this. And then down here. Now we're in the future right now. In this area. So let's see what it looks like in the past. It's really, really dark. Metal thing. Alright, let's use this with the metal thing. It's too dark to mess around with a bone saw. Let's hit the switch. There we go. Nice little sewer. Ladder back up to the back alley is going to be blocked. The entrance is blocked. I can see the bottom of one of those red dumpsters with through the holes in the lid. Alright. So there's nothing else to really do here. Just use the bone saw on this. Man, I bet I could cut through a car with this saw. Aw shucks, it broke. The every now and then having him say something out loud is, I guess, nice. Just feels weird. Feels very weird that a lot of times he says something, he doesn't say anything, and then every now and then at random he'll say aw or nope or far out, and that's it. Let's look at the drain. I can see the hospital sign through the grill. Must be right in front of the darkness. So if I go right here, we have some rubble. A bunch of wooden beams must have left by a hobo who never finished a fort. Really? It's a pile of building material, mostly wood. So if I started this on fire, could only get a spark. Need something flammable on it. So we have the block passage. And we can't come up the drain anyways. So I think we know what we're gonna do here. And it seems odd because we're going to potentially in like 20 minutes get through this act, which would be about 10 minutes shorter than the other acts and 25 minutes shorter than the first act, which was took me about 45 minutes. Uh, so if these acts start getting shorter and shorter because it's just so obvious what to do, we may feel a little bit shortchanged there. Alright, so turpentine in syringe. Dum de dum dum, nothing suspicious going on here. No paint in the turpentine. Let's see. We gotta now do this. Come down here. Nothing's changed here though, so I still can't crawl through that in the future. So it's a lot of switching back and forth, but very instantaneous. So not a big issue. Put that turpentine on there. The wood is soaking into turpentine now. Stuff is sure heavy. Start it on fire. Man, my sleeve almost caught fire. The thing's completely off the hook. I should use way less turpentine next time I start a sewer fire. Okay. So I've now used every item. It feels unlikely that we would see anything more here. Entrance is blocked. Climb up here. Yeah, but it really feels like where's the red herrings? Where are the difficult things? I arguably do have a decent amount of experience in point-and-click adventure games, but I think if somebody was just playing their first point-and-click adventure game, they probably would only take maybe a few more minutes than I am to do these things. It seems like basic, simple problem solving. Uh, how could you get stuck? How could you even spend an extra second trying to figure out what to do? Let's go to the main entrance. It's open and in we go. And see, that's chapter 5 right there. Interesting. Interesting. So, we are at 18 minutes now, and everything else has been right about 30 minutes. So you're talking almost half of the time it has been cut out of that one level. And just because I was able to figure it out so simply. This game feels, for a point and click adventure game, incomplete. It really does. It feels, I mean, most people would say it's a complete product up to this point. But for me, it feels like it's missing the challenge. There's just nothing here. And plus, there was no extra dialogue options. I think, clicked on everything 3 times, so there was probably less areas by far. There was like 5 areas in the machine, or the entry, and no, in the machine, yeah. In chapter 3, there was five areas. There was like in front of the police station, behind the police station, up on the first floor of the hotel, up on the roof of the hotel, and that's all doubled with the time machine. Every single one of those areas were doubled. Whereas in the entry, there's the butcher shop location, there's in front of the hospital, there's the sewer, and then there is the further in the sewer. So that's like only 4 doubled. And some of those things had 2 things you could do in it. The sewer, you turned on the light switch and you bone sawed through the door. deeper in the sewer, you put turpentine on the wood and started the fire. The only red herring was the red paint, which we didn't do anything with. We also didn't get any story here, which makes me really feel like this game made these puzzles first and then made a story to fit, kind of, because you could have squeezed more story into that through books, dialogue, spray paint on the wall, whatever it takes. There could have been more story. We did have that in the machine. We saw a TV and the panic that was starting to come about and all that. So there should have been more to balance out that level. But yeah, that one in particular was starting to feel too short to be satisfactory. So I'm a little disappointed at kind of the halfway point of the game. Hopefully, what happens, I would say, in Chapter 5 is we'll get some information, we'll get a goal going on that's more than just make it to the hospital, because that's all we've been doing for the past 3 chapters. Uh, Maybe have some confidence, maybe have an actual desire to try to solve a bigger problem just than just getting from point A to point B. Uh, Hopefully that would be my hope for the game. Anywho, there's really nothing more I can say about it. When levels are so short, there's not a ton to criticize. Uh, yeah, I don't have anything new to say. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.